Hi, hi, hi. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Um, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show a video on child exploitation on YouTube. Hold on, let me find it. And the reason why I'm putting this up is because of the children in my jazzy life, and also it illustrates this part is the part on the law though, mind you. Then I'm gonna try read a couple scenarios, and I'm gonna add it to the other scenario what I seen. I'm gonna take it from there. So I'm on my laptop, so everything's just so different. But let me start it. Oops. Hold up.
Into law. Woo boy, YouTube is gonna have to.
Oh, everything's doing this thing.
Change some shit. TikTok's gonna have to change some shit. Instagram. Oh my gosh, everybody's like, why are you so happy about this, Josh? What? Why are you so happy at people's failure of their channels? Because people. I got just up all Canadian for you to tell you this. Finally, someone is actually thinking of the kids before something big goes down. That's it. Barry Wicks, bruh, props. Anyway, let's read this. Thing being enacted by the legislature of the state of Washington. Whew, guys, I'm feeling it right now. I'm so excited. Okay, legislature finds that social media influencers can make significant amounts of money from the digital content they produce. Some influencers use their stupid argument to keep getting on TikTok. So are you against child actors? Well, yeah, I kind of am. Yes, but here's why it's a little bit different. Here's why it's a lot different. And I'll say it again. Like, I understand why you're saying it, but let me educate you. Coogan law protects children online. Coogan law protects children in the acting sphere. Okay. There are so many hoops people have to jump through to get kids on set. Okay. To do acting, all that kind of stuff. It is absolutely crazy. I did a video with a guy named Bobby Starbuck a little while ago about this, and it was crazy. Okay. They have to have tutors. They can't work more than 4 hours. They have to be fed. They have to do this. The money has to go into their account and be provable that it is going into their account. Okay. Now, they also can't give informed consent for them to be child actors. So I will agree with you on that one, that you just no way you slice it, you can't do it. That's why I like animated films, because awesome for my kids, right? And you know, that's a hard one. But at the same time, you also have to draw a distinction between a child actor who is acting as a character, okay, and a child vlogger who has their personal information, all that shit shared with everybody online. There's a major difference. A child actor is acting like somebody. You don't know a lot about their personal lives, okay, because they're acting. They're not sharing everything. And I said that in the last video about Laura Love. And that shit blew up. It's kind of crazy, that story. And so this news today was humongous because it stops people from Laura Love and Micah Stauffer and Weiss Life and Ace Family and LeBrance. I can name 100 of them. I can just go on and on and on. Okay, our life. It stops them from being able to use minors illegally. But you know, they're just going to find a loophole. But let's continue reading. So I had to say that because people keep using that as an excuse, and I hate it. The legislature finds that social media influencers who market video content of their families or vloggers can profit from the personal property rights of their children without restriction. Yes, some children are filmed with highly personal details of their lives shared on the internet for compensation from birth. Does this guy watch my videos? Are you watching my shit? I love it. In addition to a severe loss of privacy, these children receive no consideration for the use and exchange of their personal property rights. I didn't even think of that. I just talk about informed consent. But this is true. These children receive no consideration, not compensation, consideration for the use and exchange of their personal property rights, which means when they get older, they didn't have a choice, and that's part of the informed consent thing. 3, the legislature intends to allow minors to receive proportional compensation for the use of specified personal property rights where their parents have reached a specified profit threshold from that use. The legislature also intends to provide for minors who exercise control over specified personal property rights upon reaching the age of majority, which is already, I can tell that's just a big giant. Okay, what are you going to do when you turn 18? What do you already spent the money. So there's going to be tons of lawsuits based on this if this does pass, which is great. So parents might think twice, but they won't. We know that. Any parent who is willing to exploit their child on the internet, do you think they're going to give a shit about this stuff? They already have no moral fiber. So, but at least there's something that can happen. There's some teeth starting to develop in this area. Section 2. Unless the context clearly requires otherwise, the definition in the section applies throughout this chapter. Age of majority has the same meaning as provided in RCW, which I think is age of consent in that state. I'm going to read chapter 3, or I'm going to read section 3 here. A new section is added to chapter. A vlogger meeting the criteria under subsection 2 of this section must compensate the vlogger's minor child whose likeness, name, or photograph constitutes the video content meeting the criteria in subsection 2 on this section in accordance with subsection 3 of blah, blah, blah. This section applies to a vlogger meeting the following criteria at any time within the previous 12-month period. Now, I'll read it. The number of views received per video segment on any internet platform or network met the platform or network's threshold for generation of compensation, or the vlogger received actual compensation for video content equal to or greater than 10 cents per view. And that has to do with ad reads and things like that their children are in. At least 30% of the vlogger's compensated video content produced within a 30-day period, including the likeness, name, and photograph of the vlogger's minor child. Content percentage is measured by the percentage of time and likeness, name, or photograph of the vlogger's minor visually appears in the video, right? I'm just going to break this down for you, right? As compared to the total length of the segment. Basically, they're just saying, if it's all about the kid gets the money, right? A vlogger meeting the criteria in subsection 2 of this section must set aside gross earnings on the video, including the likeness, name, or photograph of the vlogger's minor child in a trust. That's the Coogan law, very similar. To be preserved for the benefit of the minor upon reaching the age of majority, according to the following distribution. Where only one minor child meets the content threshold of this section, the percentage of total gross earnings in any video segment, including the likeness, name, or photograph of the vlogger's minor child that is equal to or greater than the content percentage, the minor child is described in subsection. So No wonder people don't want to read these. Where more than one minor child, anyway, they're just basically saying you have to put it aside. Upon the age of majority, any individual to whom as a minor child, Section 3 of this act previously applied may request the permanent deletion of any video segment, including the likeness, name, or photograph of the individual from any internet platform or network that provided compensation to the individual's parent or parents in exchange for that video content. I get that and I like that, but it's the internet. It's the internet. It's there forever. So basically what they're saying, well, I'll deal with that later. Of course, I'll delete it, but it could be there forever. Some of the content that's on there. And I guess what it's putting in place now is anything that's created before this law, when they become the age of it, they can say delete everything. They have the right to say to their parents, delete it. So let's say Jess Fam's Lilia, who's 11, turns 18 and says, I want all that content off that channel, every single thing you ever did. Or Gabrielle Weiss from The Weiss Life, who turns 18 in in a year. She can tell her parents, take it off. And if they don't, boom. Okay. That's really important for these kids. An internet platform or network must take all reasonable steps to permanently delete the video segment for which a request described in subsection 1 of this section has been made. Yes. Any contract with an internet platform or network for the exchange of use of video content that would reasonably be anticipated to include greater than a de minimis use of vlogger's minor child must include notification to the internet platform or network of the minor's child future rights as provided in this section. Man, this is good. Yeah. So basically what this guy has created is a Coogan law for kids on the internet. Now, this is a big deal because so many family vloggers like Love Meh have told us she's not going to pay her children.
What do you have set up for your kids financially for their futures? We actually don't have much, and we're doing that purposefully.
Right? Even there's a couple other vloggers who sit out there and say, my kid's going to have to send themselves to college. There are so many parents who already spent all the money. If you look at Sakona Jolie's, do you honestly believe that guy has a Range Rover and a Ferrari and he has money left? Ace family. They lost their home. They're going to be bankrupt. They're not going to be able to give their kids anything. Okay. Weiss Life. Those kids use those kids in so many disgusting ways, and those kids don't get anything. Maybe an allowance. Maybe they get a phone and hundreds of thousands of dollars. This isn't some like piddly amount of money. These people buy houses, Jess Fam, everybody. They all had a new house and do a new house walkthrough. Depends how long they're on the channel. If you're on 10 or more years, it's probably the second house walk that you're already going through, okay? There's so many people that buy their cars, that buy all the shit that they have in their homes, all the vacations they get to do. Of course, the kids get to partake in that stuff, but they throw that money in the garbage. They might have investments that will return, in time, and maybe are paying dividends right now as far as, Crazy Pieces is concerned and the big mansions that they buy. What are you going to do? How can you prove that you can do this when you just bought a $2.5 million mansion? Is each kid on the thing? Do they each get a percentage of it? No. Now there's going to be people digging through these family vlogs and finding out what they've spent. And then you can go to their AdSense or you can go to like Social Blade and kind of do a generic look through of how much money they might. You get a ballpark, okay? And so people are going to go take that ballpark number that they made over the period of time. Then they're going to run through the videos. I'm going to do this, okay? They're going to run through the videos and all the vacations, all the cars, all the homes, all the expensive shit they bought. They're going to be able to tally all that stuff up within a degree. And they're going to say, well, this person made this, and this is what they spent. And here's what's left for the kids if they're going to give their kids money. Now, Jess Fam says that she's going to do this. She has a 10-year plan for her kids. And so if she does that, she's way ahead of the curve. I think that she does, but I don't think it's to the degree you guys think she does. Just saying. So this is a massive deal. I already can tell there's going to be loopholes. So family vlogging isn't going to stop family vloggers at all, right? Like they're just going to find ways around it. Everybody can find a loophole in some degree or another, but at least now there's some teeth so that you can be prosecuted if you break these laws, right? And so any family vlogger from this point forward, if this gets passed, has to follow these strict guidelines. So you're going to, at minimum, you might start seeing less kids, which is great because they're like, well, I don't really use my kids that much, so I'm not going to put them on just there's no reason to put them on. But the channels that explicitly use just their children to grow, like the one I covered yesterday, I can name off 100 right now where their kids are the main source of their income. man, they're going to have a hard time, because if those kids are on those vlogs 50% of the time, 50% of that revenue has to go to their kids. So they're going to lose 50% of the revenue that goes actually into their bank account. That's a big deal. So, I mean, they might do it, or they might just shirk it, and it's going to be up to a kid when they turn 18 to sue their parents, right? So a lot of this is going to be on those kids when they turn 18. Ruby Frank's kids, this is made for them. It's just tailor-made for Ruby Frank's kid. Now, I know Ruby Frank they give their kids, you know, a nice life. They have a nice house, and they probably get an allowance, but I don't think she pays her children.
Okay, if you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat before I start talking, because I don't want to talk and then I get cut off or it starts buffering or something. I think it only buffers when I put the video on, really, mind you. Can you hear me? Oops. Can you hear me? Anybody? Somebody? Anyways, I'm going to talk anyway. Okay, so basically, let me see if I can hear me. So anyways, basically, this is one of the things that is going on with the mummy sector at present, with the My Jazzy Life situation, where the children is bringing in revenue into her house, but the children is not getting the revenue, which means that they are not getting the clothing, hair done, little things, like, you know what I mean? And she's done this before. I wish I could show you an example of it where she made money on the children. The children was getting subjected to abuse, etc. There's others too. There's others. She's just one of them, because I'm covering her. She's just one of them. She is now got, I think she got over, oh, I don't know, I don't look at people's subs. I normally just look at their content. I think she got, how much? I think it's near enough 2 or 3K of people in her chat, but she does a registry and stuff like that, which she exploiting her children. Oh, thank you, Chrissy. Exploiting her children. So the children gets no benefit out of what she's doing. So what they're saying is, after 18 years old, right, a child can say, okay, I don't want my image on your video. Because my daughter told me about this the other day, my older one. I don't want my image on your what you call it, your channel. You have to take my image off, which is what he explained. If the child is on 50% of the time, that means the people have to pay the children that 50% of their money, the revenue, what they get from YouTube, etc. Now, the mother that I cover does the total opposite to that, right? Okay, and I'm sure you've heard me cover her a few times. She does the total opposite to that. The children gets no benefit from being on screen. They are used. Hi, Phil. Oh yes, let me say hi now. Everybody can hear me. Sorry, because like I'm not. I keep thinking I'm on my phone. I'm so used to being on my phone. I'm on my laptop. That's why it's going all buffering and craziness. Okay. Hi, Chrissy. Christine. I keep calling you Chrissy. Hi, so I'm I see 3%. 3%. I wonder if you do readings on influencers. One of the influencers I'm gonna throw in there is My Jazzy Life. That'll be an interesting reading. There's one person already doing readings on her, so I don't know. That's just one I can throw in for you. Who else? Phil. Yeah, that's it. I think I've got everybody. I think I have everybody. Okay. So basically, the children gets paid the money that the parents generate, right? Which you really should be doing anyway, naturally, because you stepped away. Oh, my Jazzy Life, 3%. She's a mummy on here. She's an influencer. Don't know if you do influencers or YouTube people. Anyways, so sorry, I've got the sniffles. Her children is literally not getting the consequences of the channel because it's supposed to be a family channel. Okay? Which means every time she makes money off of the channel, she's supposed to give to the children. So so it's like an investment, really. So apart from yeah. Okay. All right. And basically they're not benefiting. If anything, they're getting abused and exploitation and stuff like that. So yeah, the world's really crazy. The world's crazy. The world is not good for children, women. I think I said it before. There's a lot of things going on. It's really crazy. I haven't even covered half of what I'm supposed to cover on this channel, what I normally would cover. But yeah, the exploitation of children is very deep, very, very deep. Not only on a global scale, also on the net. So, hi, tea time. So basically, there's gonna be a law that's gonna come into place where, like, if the child's likeness is on the video of the family channel or children, in particularly, right, the children can get 50% of the payment from the YouTube check, etc., and they can literally, I will say to the parent, I don't want my image on there, etc. A good example, Ryan's World. They are setting children up against the parents. It's not good. Yeah, it's not good. But on the surface of that, Ryan's World has made a great turnover. In particularly, he's got merchandise, he's got merch, he's got cakes with his image on it, he's got how many channels with him on it. And the parents invested in him quite a bit, I would say. Whereas in most cases, most family channels, it's normally quite disturbing. I haven't even shown half of it. Like I said, there's a lot. There's a lot. No, we make it crazy. This realm, naturally. Yes, there's that as well. They asked. Oh yeah, I read that one. The mama. Oh, the mama. Summer. Oh yeah, feels greeting you. So basically, Ryan. I think it's Ryan. There's quite a few channels because my daughter watches quite a few channels to do Among Us and all this stuff, and the parents, the houses that they film in is pretty swanky. No jealousy there, okay? Pretty swanky places, all right? So what happens is they're investing in houses, cars, etc., which is normal for a YouTuber anyway, in most cases. I'm sorry to turn this into YouTube world, but there's one person always talk about content creators on the mummy sector, but it goes a lot more deeper than that. So the children will have a right to stop the parents from exploiting their image, using their image, and benefiting off it. So basically, I think there's another one that I've got to get. Hold on, let me stop this one. There's another one I'm going to get. I hope it shows. Oh, did I do it? Hold on, wait a minute. I would have read it off my phone, but it's long. Okay, I got it. Oh, why is it doing this? It's doing the most. Hold up. Go back to StreamYard tab. Okay, StreamYard is on. StreamYard's changed a bit. I can see it's changed a lot. So, Makala, he divorces. Macaulay Culkin, yes, Macaulay Culkin with. Oh, I think after he did Richie Rich in it, they got rich off of him as well, isn't it? There's quite uneven child actors. Can you imagine if they got a law for child actors? Can you imagine? It'd be devastating for people. Let me see. So there are no laws. In this one, they were saying this is an old one. This is April the 12th, 2022 article. So they are saying there's no laws protecting children from being exploited on YouTube. One team wants to change that. So there's a child tried to change it, and his name is Chris McCarthy. He is taking matters into his own hands to protect children from being exploited for cash in family vlogs as part of their project for the Girl Scouts Gold Award, the highest honor in the program. This might not be the story. Hold up. I hate when I get the wrong story. It's so annoying. This might not be the story. There's one that I just saw and I lost it. There's another one I saw. Ah, it's not that one. Let's go further. Thing's doing its own thing. It's doing its own thing. I haven't used this for so long. Excuse me, everybody. I'm talking to myself like I'm crazy. Hold on. Let me just line it up. Okay. So this is, let me move the thing out the way. Move the thing out the way. It's not very professional today. I'm very unprofessional today because I'm not on my phone. Okay? So this one was child abuse charges against YouTube channel's mum _ lack of oversight for the children. And it's going doing its own thing. Oh.
Nothing suspicious.
That's what hurts me the most, is that I didn't see it.
Hackney's kids, but saw a channel called Fantastic Adventures. 7 adopted children performing in videos that have collected more than 250 million views. But off camera, police in Maricopa, Arizona say the kids were abused by their mother, Michelle Hackney. Investigators say the kids were pepper sprayed, forced to take ice baths, and locked in a closet for days without food, water, or access to a bathroom. Punished, the kids say, if they did not recall their lines. Zeb and Tani Schnorr run their own kids' YouTube channel and say their family briefly collaborated with a couple of Hackney's kids, but saw nothing suspicious.
That's what hurts me the most, is that I didn't see it.
Hackney now faces multiple abuse charges, but police say she denies abusing the kids.
There's the kid.
Her 2 adult biological sons, who also star in the videos, are charged with failing to report abuse. YouTube initially demonetized Hackney's account, which meant she could no longer make money on it, but the videos remained. Then late today, YouTube terminated the account and the videos were no longer available. For now, all 7 kids are in protective custody, while their adopted mother is behind bars. Joe Fryer, NBC News.
So that's another incident of a person, of a parent abusing, then showing another thing in front of the camera. Parents living through their children. Yes, there's a whole heap of that. I do not agree with any forms of exploitation. However, this is all about governmental control. It's taking away the parental rights again. I try to see more than one side to an argument. Yeah, they're living spontaneously through their children. I wish I can show it another way. I don't know how it's looking on that side because it was buffering so much at the beginning. I got so much to cut out. So, yeah, it is not really right how they are dealing with the children. Basically, exploitation of the children. I'm going to see if I can show another example of exploitation of children. I'm going to use the lady that I talk about as an example. Okay? Because what's going to happen, I think it comes into, I don't know when it comes into, when that law is going to start where children can really take away, I mean, yes, it's taking away the rights from the parents, but that's like somebody's using your image and doing whatever, making money off of your head. Basically, they're making money off of your head. They're vicariously living through the child in some cases. Most cases, they make a large amount of money. Like I said, the children sees none. I'm going to see if I could find another example. I know that lady doesn't like people using her, but I'm going to use the lady. I'm going to use the lady if I can find her. Let me just use one of her little videos as an example. Okay, so as you know, I talk about my jazzy life a lot, okay? I do. Okay. Now, when the children was younger, there's a whole heap of stuff going on, and she really benefited off of her children. She benefited off of her children in so many ways. You know, even to where she is now, where she's living now, she's living more comfortably. She's got a truck and a car out of the children. The children, on the other hand, gets the worst end of the stick. However, I think I've done loads of commentary on her if you have watched any of them. And I'm going to show one of an instances where the children didn't benefit off of her at all. So if this came into law, she will be one of those parents that would, be in problems. Okay. And also I will say the reason why I said that how people are in agreement with children being exploited, because when I was on a live, they was thinking that how, oh yeah, like you're trying to find a reason to say this mother is bad. You keep using her history against her, when for 10 years the lady has literally shown nothing but the same thing she's been doing for 10 years. So this is like I said, the channel like hers then, or a channel like that can be taken. The DFS. Hold on, I need to highlight people's things. Where should I? Sorry, I'm gonna start from. Oh yeah, I need to do that, innit? We need to stop handing babies the phone when they cry. Oh yeah, I know I do that as well. Macaulay Culkin. I did not agree with any of the exploitation. Okay, so as this play, I'm gonna highlight your comments.
Daniel! Kaylin, take him to his room. Take him to your room. Y'all go watch a movie or something. Kaylin, can I go to the room and watch a movie or something? So I can do Ava's hair. I don't want him to wake her up. Please. Please, Kaylin, I don't want to take your phone away from ignoring me. I don't like being ignored. Okay, well, take him to the room. Because he's going to wake her up. I don't need her waking up while I'm doing this hair. 1. Okay. I don't care about no damn. I don't. Give me your phone. Okay. Go to the room. Y'all need to go. I can't right now. Go. Go watch cartoons. I can't do with the crying. Shit. Hey, Kaylin, take him and go. I can't do the screaming. I can't do it. He's too thin. You cannot pick him up like taking. Here, Ava, hold this for mama. Okay, well, I'm trying to do Ava's hair. Kaylin.
Oh, I don't know how much of this I can show you because it's very sad to watch. These children are older now. Obviously, Caitlin's about 10 now. As you see, there's levels to this, man. There's levels. Honestly, I might even have to do a separate video just for this little section here because this is exploitation of younger children. I mean, they're a little bit older now, but the sad thing is, as you can see, she's doing the child's hair and she's still filming. She hasn't moved from where she's sitting in front of the camera with the other child. The boy is crying and she is basically asking her older daughter to take the younger one. But ideally, I will say, in most cases, being that you are filming yourself with the babies crying, with the son crying, you would have stopped the live, and go and see what's wrong. Now, there is more to this video. I don't know how much I can show because it's very, very triggering, and I don't want to trigger nobody into anything because this is just showing the exploitation of children. Let me see if I move it a little more forward. Let's move a little more forward. So I've moved a little more forward because, she has no idea why the baby's crying. There could be a piece of glass in his foot. She's not checking anything. She's not moving from the spot down. Just wow. She really needed to be like, yeah, she does this all the time. This is why she's got a whole reputation, you see. She's got a reputation. This is one of the ladies, well, she's the only lady I seem to be talking about of lately because I was trying to explain to the people who were saying that how people keep covering her, and people are pressed about what she's doing, but it's really child exploitation on YouTube going on. That's what's going on. It's whole child exploitation going on. And the reason why I'm using her, because she is the best example of what's going on right now. There's another one, obviously, but to use her, it will be something else. She actually straightened the she straightened the camera. Instead of getting up and finding out what's wrong with the child, she straightened the camera. So she continued doing the live. She didn't go and check, but wait, there's more. And let me tap in. Let me make a little tab for it too. Let me make a little tab for it. Okay, so she hasn't moved from her spot where she at. She's not even moved an inch. And you would want to see what's wrong with the child, wouldn't you? You want to check what's up with the child. She's not moved. Oh, let me see. Can't even spell now. She's not even moved an inch. She's not even moved an inch. Hold on, excuse me. I'm just going to write this pen. She's not even moved an inch. She's still sitting there. Okay? Makes us mums look like... Exactly. To me, not only that, it shows the stereotype. Because you are done up and you're pretty or whatever, which is probably a hollow story, right? That how you have to put yourself in front of the camera presenting these children, because her channel is supposed to be a family channel. Anyways, let me play more. Hope I've moved it from the... Oops.
I'm pissed off, especially now. Speaking of Maya, when I get pissed off and she do something stupid, as soon as I get to yelling, I can never find her ass. She hides. I found her today, though. She went and hid him under the kitchen sink. I found that ass today. I could never find her ass. This motherfucker be hiding. Like, I think I found her twice. That time, I found her there, and then I found her under my bed. Alexa, pause. Ava, come here. So, who broke that fucking door? How? I don't know. I was sitting down watching TV and then... Who broke it? That door is $300 per fucking glass. So who broke it? Amaya, you better come from behind that gold. Did you break that door? Do it look like I got money pouring out of my fucking eyes? No, right? Come here, Ava. Bro, go to your room right now. 1, 2. Okay, Galen, but you saw, if you seen it.
I didn't see, I was staring at the TV and then I started to look and I looked at it.
That's that shit that make my head hurt, bro.
And then I went and
the energy, she gonna check it. And you know, a lot of people, y'all keep saying, Jazzy, why don't you need to discipline them more and this is that. I just don't show it on camera. What do I look like showing y'all me giving my kid a spanking on camera? Then I'm gonna get in trouble. Then I'm like, oh, CPS, whoever, Child Protective Service, come here. And that's like a setup. That's stupid. Y'all, come on now. She's cleaning. This wind had knocked it over. Only because I feel like I want to quit all the next. Stop all that yelling! My kids are kind of driving me crazy. I feel like I had to come talk to y'all. I don't care what anybody said or have to say. I had to just remove myself from the living room and come breathe. Because, I can't just put my camera down. I can't just be like, I'm having a.
Also, on top of that, right? On top of that, the children at the time, I think Ava was 10 or younger. She's the one who was hiding behind the basketball net. I think is if tea time's around, she'll tell me their ages because tea time's been watching her longer than me. The other children, the twins, I think was about 3. And she kept locking them in a room, but she's filming, but she'll film that she's locked them in the room. So as you see, she's on the camera, the children are screaming. Ava, who is not Ava, is it Caitlin, the older one, who's 10, who's probably less than 10, 9, 10, is looking after the other children. She has to change Pampers, she has to give them bottles, she has to, all kinds of stuff, yeah? Now, ideally, I would say, yes, in most households, the older ones do look after the younger ones. Yes, they do that. But in this case, from what I saw while watching this one, the lady is called the channel is called My Jazzy Life. You have to go backwards to look forwards in a kind of way, right? So basically, what she's doing, she has the children. She pays the children with food, which she was doing for a very long time while having them on camera. The children, however, gets no benefits, no new shoes, no whatever stuff. The reactors from that sector had to keep going at her until she got the shoes, until she got the clothes, and even sometimes the clothes wasn't even fitting. Now, ideally, some of the children have speech impediments. Right? So a speech therapist has to be brought in this is my Jazzy. This is Jazzy when she was younger. But she's still the same. It's just the age has changed. Right? So ideally the children do not benefit off of her channel at all. Not at all. She eats better than the children. The children eat scraps. And she filmed herself doing this. I mean, I don't know whether they will show that in this video where she's sitting down eating. The children says, "Mom, I'm hungry," but you ate already. Right? When she does shopping, the shopping is small. As well. She'll get ready, cut up stuff. Considering she's a Southern girl, I think she's from the South. I think her mom's from the South. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, right? But the main thing is that how everything is done on camera. Literally, everything is done on camera. Literally. The only reason why it's gone a bit quiet now because there's problems going on now. So she's gone quiet I think she's been quiet for a couple of days now. But ideally the camera will go on, the children will be shown. Yeah, it is very unbelievable. Ironic about another Jazzy had her 4 children taken away 2 years ago from YouTube. Is it? Oh yes. I remember. I know who you're talking about. The B sector, innit? And so ideally, this lady has done a lot to these children, right? And that's why when I did the small video of her and the boyfriend sitting on the bed, and he was talking about sharing food, and he says, "No, I don't share my food." My idea, I mean, he has a child with her, And that's what Livia was talking about, because people are still saying, oh, you know, Livia's trying to get her own back on her and stuff. But Livia actually confirmed what the reactors was talking all this time. All the things what the reactors has said, which is really child exploitation on YouTube. Child exploitation on YouTube. If you're filming your child, if they're sending registry to like if there's a registry out, my understanding, because this is how it normally goes for family channels, when the woman is pregnant on on a family channel, so some of them put out registries, and the audience will buy some things what's on the registries. If it's a birthday, they put out a registry, the audience will buy the stuff, whatever's on the registry. She ideally, her audience carried her for a very long time. She does sponsors. She don't really buy nothing new, but she does sponsors. The most buying she does is food. Basically, she eats a lot of food. Where are the baby? One baby father at the time this was filmed was in prison. He was in prison. See, here's one. There's another one from the mummy sector. I don't know what. I think it's tea time. Tea time's probably bounced out, right? So this was years ago when the baby father was in prison, allegedly for pimping. Anyways. So because she was by herself, she was struggling. A lot of the audience was giving her stuff for the children, for the house, and all that stuff. She literally used her children in a way, even though at first it was in good thing. But then what happened is, my understanding of how it went is that they started seeing stuff that was questionable going on surrounding the children. So the reactors was reacting on her regularly and explaining what's going on with that. So this is one Ruby Red, and I think where's Tea Time? Tea Time as well is the reactors from the mummy sector, and they've seen a whole lot of stuff. Okay, now as much as this is very, very triggering, hopefully I'm gonna go past the real roughest part, because whoever combined this together, they show you the roughest part of what these children went through online, on YouTube, for how many years? Oh, that's okay. Hi, for how many years? And they haven't. And what's happened is she's able to strike channels. When you talk about her and other women like her on YouTube, right? Because I'm using her as an example. They are quick to strike the channels, even if the channels are talking truth. Or what happens is you are termed as a IE hater, because you are seeing the children being exploited on the YouTube, as well as you are seeing things going on with the children. Now she have another man with her now, but even that situation is not kosher. So the children is still suffering. They haven't improved. She haven't evolved. She's stuck in a time loop. She's still doing the same things, sponsorships, getting money every single month for her channel, and the children are still not getting the benefits out of the channel. They're not getting the benefits out of it. If anything, the children is suffering. Luckily, later on, the dad I can't remember when he came out of prison. He came out of prison, so the children was able to have another side of things, I suppose, where they can go out, because she wasn't taking them out. She wasn't doing a lot of stuff with them. I mean, I don't do a lot of stuff with my little one, but if like you take them to like the corner store, you get them to do certain stuff, right? You get to do little things. A child from 0, 3, probably a 10-year-old, probably you can kind of accommodate for the time being before they go into that teenage bit. You can give a child the smallest things. I bought my daughter that little round thing that I put on the community tab. That was a very small toy, right? I think she got 3 of them, I think. You can even get a cheap, the cheapest dinosaurs. She got cheap dinosaurs that transformed, that when you fold it, the arms and legs fold, and then when you pull it out, it turns into a dinosaur. My thing is, does she really know what her children likes? Because every child is different. So she's saying that, oh, the reactors hate me, they're jealous of me, and she's not the only one. There's another one as well. They hate me. You hate my life. You hate this. Da, 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 da. You're a hater. You're a hater. Now she's trying to look for people who's on her side, who agrees with what is going on. So while they are agreeing with what is going on, that agreement, you are saying to her, yes, it's okay to hurt your child. It's okay to whatever. She's been doing this. She's been doing YouTube for 10 years. Okay, 10 years. So really, the children should be well padded out. They should have a nice place, which she does have a nice place. But that's just another story altogether. Because we're not looking at the material stuff. We're looking at the children involved. Man, this empty paper box was enough for my child. She was good for out. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Even when you get the Amazon box, the big, massive ones, they turn that into a little car. A little what my one does, she's putting dinosaurs in there, and she was playing and she turns into a little house, and then they rip it, and then afterwards, right, you throw it away gradually. Exactly. So children are not hard to please. When they're very small, they're not hard to please. Is when they're older, it's a bit different. Ideally, yes, you can lose your rag and shout at the child. Yes, you will lose it and you can shout at the child. Damn, I did it earlier. You lose it, you get mad. If you are doing something, children, they want your attention all the time, even from the smallest one to the oldest one. That's natural. They're all like that. Hell, I'm like that. I like attention too, right? So even as they are screaming, she haven't even moved from the camera. So anything could be going on. They could have hurt themselves. They could have dropped anything. You don't know what's going on. There's another scene, I think not in this one, where the child pampers very heavy. And she goes, oh yeah, but you did a doodle, let's say, in American terms, yeah? Which is a poo-poo, right? And then she doesn't move. She only moves because his pamper is weighing down so much. It's so saturated, right? It's so saturated. She actually got up and then she actually dealt with him after letting them be in a closed room for hours. She would only bring them out when she's filming, when she's doing something, when she has to beg for stuff, when she has to do certain stuff. You know what I mean? So therefore, the children, once again, don't benefit off of anything. Yeah, why jealous? Yes, that's what she said. We're jealous. We're jealous of her. We are jealous of her. We are lonely women. We are single women, single old women who's jealous of her. She's very ignorant, mind you, as well, to the fact. You can't be that ignorant. That's just ridiculous. Me and my older daughter, I remember when I started watching her, me and my older daughter, and my daughter watched, and my daughter said, if she's not careful, she's going to hurt those children. She's going to reach to that point where she's going to hurt the children. Oh, thank you. Man, when you watch it, you have to brace yourself, Amma, because I know you, right? But anyway, but the long and short of the story is that how she is one of those who doesn't want to grow. As you get older, as your children grow, you grow, don't you? Some cases, unless like you got depression, or you got something wrong with you, or you got something deeper going on with you, because we're not all perfect. We're not perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Okay, we are not all perfect by a long shot. No, we're not. I always said, when you're a parent, it doesn't come with a handbook. It doesn't come with a handbook. Damn, even I sat here today. I was sat and I was like, damn, I did that. But then now I'm so aware now. I say, no, I'm so glad at least my daughter came back safe. You have to be very aware of what's going on around you, aware of environment. Even the time when she and the boy were sitting in the restaurant. Now, some children enjoy sitting down, playing with food, whatever, while you're doing what you're doing. They be doing what they're doing. He screams, the child screams a lot. Children scream. But you can say to the child, stop screaming. When you're outside, don't talk to this. Don't do that. If mommy don't say that person's all right, you don't allow it. Right? Which I know with my other children. When I move, we all move together as a unit. We're always aware of what's going on. Now, this lady kept him in, my understanding, and Ruby can quote me on it. She kept the children in. She never took them out. Mind you, they're very small. They're very small children. Exactly. They're very small children, right? They're very small children. And on top of that, you can more or less, you can do little things, I suppose, because you can get a little paddling pool, put a bit of water, whatever. Children are good to go, right? My children had a paddling pool. Hi, Miss Wise. My children had a paddling pool when it was summertime. And they used to play. They just used to play. That's it. You know what I mean? You watch them. That's what you're supposed to do. You got to keep an eye on them. They move very swift. Children move quick. If you don't blink quick, the child will move quick. But anyways, we're not talking about the other stuff. We're talking about the exploitation of children. But I'm going to continue showing this. It's going to get loud. Let me warn everybody. There might be some points you might see stuff. You might be like, oh my goodness, what the hell? Because you'll see stuff that might shock you. And this is a very old video, by the way. It's not new. Hi, tea time. This is a very old video. Very old video. This has been used many times and in many debates and many reactions. I keep pressing something.
Bad day. Let me put my camera down. Let me focus on my kids or whatever you said or whatever y'all have to say. This is focusing on my kids. Picking up the camera. She's been crying and throwing these temper tantrums, asking for her dad and questioning me, stomping her feet. That's why I have this right here. That's why I have that. She would not get that. And that's why I have this one. I don't even know if it works, but she brought it to me. And I'm like, why did you bring this to me? Oh my goodness, yo. I don't care. Oh my God. It's in a bind. I was back there moving stuff around. That's why her car seat lopsided. Because, why is Okay, y'all. I just dropped off Amaya. It's like that sometimes, I'm only one person, sweetheart. I mean, I don't have to explain myself to y'all. Sometimes I feel like I'm obligated to, since I am a vlogger. I'd be like, you know what, Jasmine, you are obligated to explain yourself to these people. Say, give me a kiss, Aiden. This is no dirty Give him kisses.
Oh,
What's Who's ugly?
You.
You?
No.
You ugly.
No, you
Let me not say that because people take that too seriously. You know, we and her play like that. That one had a very bad poop explosion, and she took her diaper off. Even better, huh? So I get to use my washer and dryer for the first thing. Aiden's still asleep. If you feel like fault, I should not have put her in the crib with just a diaper on. Sometimes I do that. And I forgot that I don't have the pull-up diapers, and she pooped in her bed. So we're about to use it and go put it in the washing machine. Lord, you want to go say good morning? Say good morning. That'll be good. She's a smart girl.
Mommy is
I need to learn how to cook. This nigga. What are you doing? Get that. You want to go with them? You want to go eat? Tell Kaylin to give him a snack too. Kaylin, I hope you didn't make a mess in there making y'all's food. Is that your second sandwich? Why is y'all eating so much? They come home wanting to eat everything in my house.
Mama, go get foot.
Kaylin, can you bring me a piece of bread? Why is he? Because I just cleaned it up, and it takes a lot out of me to clean up. After cooking and stuff, and then I have to do other stuff. I gotta wash clothes. Y'all didn't wash the same load of clothes maybe 3 days. I'm not even gonna lie. Cause it's sitting in there, and I'm like, when it's sitting there, I thought it's gonna start stinking, and it didn't stink, and I just keep washing it. Like, who does that? I had made some Chinese food, and she's like,
Okay, give what's me.
Can y'all give them some? Give them some. Y'all gotta share. Aiden does his screaming shit, and it's annoying as fuck. Let me get them something to eat. What's your IG? Ain't nothing wrong with him crying. He just wants to get out. There has been a complaint about me leaving my kids in the car.
did you hear that? They said there was a complaint that she left her children in a car, and the children in the car. Now, we have heard of this happening on a daily basis where parents be leaving children in the car, all sorts of things. Okay. Now, this is very sad to know that how the children screaming, all that stuff, she's feeding them. They share the whole pizza between them, which has happened before. The food is very much scantily given, like not a lot is given to the children in this case. Not a lot is given to the children. The children doesn't benefit from nothing. What the money that is given from for subscribers. The children are not benefiting from anything. They get zero in return, ideally. No, it's not judging. It's not judging. We're not judge. It's not a judging thing. The thing is we're being realistic here. On YouTube, that, like I said, the family channel. She's one of a family channel, and she is making money off the children. But when the children turns 18, or I think no, when the children turns 18, they can even say they don't want their image being put on the screen. They can say that they can literally take her for the money that, for how long they've been on screen for and all that. So being the situation that how the children at the time was very young, she's showing them in the worst positions ever. The worst positions. Hair not done, they're in Pampers, the babies are slim, malnourishment, dirty place. You can, like, you know, like here. Like, if the place gets too much, you have to declutter. At one point, you have to take things out, declutter your house, because as the children's growing, stuff gets mounted up. It happens. Every household, stuff gets mounted up. You have to get rid of stuff. You have to, like, you know, because even I sometimes, yes, even I have that problem too. I keep memories as well. But then some stuff you have to get rid of. She cannot be always using the children and saying that how the children's driving me mad. Every time we're eating, whatever, children eat too much. Children eat too much because they're growing. You know, that's a natural thing. You put it all on camera for the world to see. The world can see it. I'm just surprised that how it hasn't gotten as far as the CPS yet, which is not a good thing to wish on somebody. I'm just not surprised that it hasn't reached to the CPS, though they say there is an open case on this lady right now. Pardon me for the correct reference. It was a child labor reality, so I thought it was. It's kind of relevant, but it's not for this case, because in this case, she's benefiting off of her children. She's able to live. She dresses better than her children. She'll be taking time, putting on her wigs, her makeup, her eyelashes, her dressing well. The children look not dressed very well. Ideally, children do grow out of clothes. It's natural. They grow very quickly. Even this one here, she grows very quickly. You buy her clothes, give it like less than 2 years, they grow out of clothes. It happens. Yeah. And so basically she's been exploiting the children online for a long time. I repeat, she's been doing this for a long time. It's not just now she's been doing it. It's not just now. She is using every curve so she don't have to take care of the children. Right? And in theory, she said that she's putting memories online. But putting memories online, when the children gets older, and you know children are smart, they'll go to the YouTube. They will see themselves, and at one time they might decide, okay, mum, why did you do this to me? This is why I always said that the children's going to resent her later on in life. If she keeps continuing what she's doing, putting them online, exploiting their image, because I'm sure some people who lives near where they're the school they go to know that she does YouTube. And mind you, they reference Ace Family in this as well, because Ace Family used to do a lot of stuff. I think it was Ace Family. Was it Ace Family? It's one of them. where they exploited the children. The children got nothing. They benefited off of nothing, right? There's another lady called Nika, and 10 children. Once again, they didn't benefit off of nothing. They literally had to take the children so that she can change with her living space or whatever. And also I think she got the children back now. I think she has, but there's been quite a few ones. There's also Olivia, who lost her children to her ex-husband. There's one that's going virtual right now of her cutting the daughter's hair from the ponytail. She cuts the daughter's hair from the ponytail. That's going viral everywhere. I've even seen it on Facebook. Ideally, this goes under mum cuts child's hair. Right? So once again, exploitation. They're eating rubbish. That's why they consistently eating. Poor babies are hungry. No, it's not the eating rubbish. It's not. They're not getting fed. She's eating. They're not getting fed. Right? They're not eating. They're not getting the benefit of the food. Right? They're not getting none of the benefit of eating the food. Anyway, I have to show her how she looks. My thing is a bit not working. I have to show how she looks on thing because they are getting exploited. Ocean, we are to judge the world. We have the spirit of our mother in us. Mama wisdom is in truth. They grow them in weeks, but you place them. The food fact alone is disgusting. Yes, exactly. Because it should not go to that levels where like you're not feeding the child. It's so unmerciful. She wrote clogging. Oh, that's what happened. She wrote clogging. Let me see. I'm hoping that the page loads. The children are beautiful children. Very lovely children, but they get the short end of the stick. They get the short end of the stick. I don't even know whether I should even show this side of. If I should show this side of it. I should show you her haul. So you can see that they are not benefiting. There's one where you can see where they're not benefiting from it, from anything. Hold on, let me take this off. Like even here, the food plates are very small plates. I don't know if you can see it. Sometimes they get less than that. This is all done for content, obviously, so, you know, but we're not going to show too much of this. So that's why I've said that this is exploitation and why people is in agreement with what's going on. And the food sometimes is smaller than that. They don't get a lot. They get spaghetti, they get taco, soup, I think it is, neck bone. They don't get a lot. The children don't get a lot. They seem to eat better when they go to their dads and his girlfriend to do their hair, right? And the dad has a channel as well. So the children are getting exploited both sides of the coin, basically, because the children are literally getting the shorter end of the stick. So that's why I call this children being exploited. Because ideally, that's exactly what's going on. I don't know if anybody else has spotted that, but that's exactly what's going on. Well, I think quite a few people have spotted it. So I could be talking wrong. But let me see what the comments are saying. Let me go to the top. So Jasmine exposed. Why expose the baby for a bag? Yeah, exactly. She exposed the children for a bag, and she knows that many mummy channels get an interest. People want to see people cleaning houses, going shopping, doing mukbangs, buying toys. That's why I use Ryan's World as one example. Ryan's World is kind of a good example. There's another family channel where they, like I said, where they do like Ghostbusters. There's the Zay family, which is really, really nice, where you see how they work. The children are healthy. They live in a nice place somewhere in suburbia somewhere. So she can actually do better. She has no excuse. She can do better. Yes, and you're supposed to evolve with the children, even unless you have a circumstances of stress, depression, postnatal depression, extras, whatever. She acts so mean towards the little ones. Yes, she does. She does. But when it seems like when the dad leaves, I mean, she's filming the smallest one now, buying him stuff and all that stuff. When he leaves, she might not be as nice to him as she's doing now. Man, just the empty paper. Oh yeah, that's the stuff I always talk about when you give children something to play. You don't have to do a lot to get the children to play. That's 100%. I don't know, I might have to go upwards. She thinks everybody's jealous of her. Yeah, she does. Yes, Arma. She thinks everybody's jealous of her. Thank you. What's the next thing you lot said? They took vlogging to another level. Yeah, a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level too. Like the children don't even get looking no more. So you're making a bag off of your children, calling yourself a family channel, and the children gets not a looking. Damn, the baby called her ugly. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that again. Ocean, I agree with you. She did this to herself, and no one blames reactors for their opinion. And there's nothing wrong with you guys' opinion, because you are observing, and then you're talking about it. It's not necessarily judging. You lot are all mothers, probably have grandchildren. Some people have grandchildren. Some people has been through a few things. I mean, people saying that how like yes, you can get triggered by the situation, because it's very sad to watch a situation like this. It's a very triggering, to be straightforward. She triggers a lot of people. I did do a video on her talking about the triggering thing, because it is very triggering to most women in the sector, and a man, because there's some men in the sectors too. The subboard is the wood shoe, the robot word for sub. Because Oh, child labor. Okay. You said this is wild. Huh. My mum and auntie would leave us 6 hours in a car while they shop. 6 hours? No, that's mad. Those babies are, yes, they're very slim, very malnourished. They're still slim now. They're actually, pardon me, for their age, they're very slim. Why she doesn't try to cook what they like? She doesn't. She doesn't try. She doesn't try. Like my one likes mixed rice. I have to go out my way and make her mixed rice. Yeah, it's very crazy. Oh no, you're not. You're not. You're not. Sabotages. Okay. Okay. I think her house needs fumigating. Yeah, it does. It does. Probably still needs it now. If so, how much she wrote clogging session sugar. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it's really sad. They're eating rubbish. That's why they're consistently. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's yeah. No, they're hungry because she's not feeding them. She's not feeding them. They grow them out in weeks. That's the clothes, isn't it? The clothes. Yeah, people are not judging. No. Food fact is disgusting. Right, Phil, she says. Oops. She's not showing them in the best light. No, she's not. She's not. She's still not to this day. I mean, as you can see by the Instagram pictures, that's because of reactors, why they gone to that point. And now they're getting older, you see. So if the reactors wasn't talking, they would have not gotten to that point as well. All of the beauty was able to receive apologies from. Okay. It's the mother that's ugly. Yes, she has an ugly spirit. Energy will be yours again. Yeah, Ryan's World is a good example. You know why? Because that's a family channel, and Ryan has his own channel where he does his merch and everything else. And you can see that how the place, the house is very big. They're invested. They're really invested. Rise of, yeah. So a woman's job isn't as important than a man's. It's more important to raise a future. Yep. Silly cow's exploiting herself and don't realize it. Yes. If you take your issues with the children father, she doesn't need any more children. But she wants to have another child. She likes them when they're little. She likes being pregnant. And not only that, right, because the subs will give her money for when she's pregnant. So that's what she uses to her advantage. Mum is a ship, so I give real ones the respect. Oh, okay, Phil. She takes on the children. She takes on the children her feelings for the father. Yeah, she takes it out on them. She takes it out on them for real. At first, I never saw this about Jasmine. Once she started thirsting over a man and putting him ahead of herself, that's when I saw her differently. I believe she can do better if she try. That's what I said on Social Intellect. I said that how she did better, even if she showed that she is improving herself, i.e., by doing a little educational stuff, learn a little something, coming up here showing a certificate. That's an achievement, putting the baby into nursery. Plus his needs will get met even quicker because through the nursery, the school system, even though like the school system is not the best system, but if there's something wrong with the children, they will tell you. They'll tell you. And I'm not saying that how the school system is perfect because it's not. So ideally, she put him in nursery, and she did, or just say she's home right now, right? And she did a small online course. Now I was told that how once the the people in the States finish schooling, they don't do schooling again, and it's different to over here. And also how I think nobody goes back to school, but I'm sure some people go back to school for some stuff to improve their life, to improve movement, to make it that much better for the children. I mean, I've seen ones where people have graduated still breastfeeding a child. I don't see why. She has no excuse. She might be a little slow on some things, but she's not slow when it comes to putting her children up on camera to show them. She's not slow when she's eating a mukbang in the camera. And she's not slow when she's showing that Legendary and herself a lot. So you can't keep always saying, oh, whatever. You can't put like I said, in many of her lives that I did, you don't put a man in front of your children. You can't do that. You can't. Because it will just fall. Everything will collapse. She's hurt the children. This is why things are happening. Not only that, she's exploited the children online continuously for 10 years. She's exploited them. She's abused them online continuously. Have some man beat them. Then when things came to a head this week with her friend bringing out the truth, she got the children's dad to talk up and say, oh, it's lies. But he also exploited them, because there's video of him showing the babies really small, like newborns coming out of hospital, when she's going for checkups. The camera's on, carrying all the children when they're doing their trips, when they're eating, sitting down in a restaurant. Why don't you turn off the camera? The only time we put on the camera is for memories. When you're taking a picture, you could, and you don't have to have the camera on 24/7. Even when the children's outside the front of the house, the boy nearly got, well, not that he nearly got, he could have got hit by a car. She had the camera facing the street level. She was doing exercise, and the child ran out in the street. He was playing with his sister, I think, and he ran out in the street. She was unbeknownst to her. She's not even noticing what's going on. She carried on doing her exercises. I've seen a pic of a lady with her head covered while breastfeeding. It says what my wife does when rude people tell her to cover herself. Yes, but this lady is very much using everything to her advantage, the children to her advantage. The children does not get new shoes, doesn't get new clothes. We continue education here. Some just get complacent. Yes, get very they do get, there is continuous education. But I was told on the one channel, they said that how no, you don't get education. It stops after a certain time. I'm gonna when I find the piece, I might put it up, but I'm not gonna put the channel's name in the title, because there's no point bringing attention. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so she continuously exploit, but as I've shown, that how sooner or later all that's going to change. Whenever that new law comes out, all that's going to change. She would not be able to do it no more. The children can literally, when they're older, can literally get their images removed off the videos, so she won't have memories anyway. So it's best if you just take your memories, I'll put it in an album, or put it on a small slideshow, or put it on a small little video photographing. You don't need to literally put every little thing on YouTube. Which is what always gets me. When people say, I show my life, I show the realists, then you get criticized and you don't like it. So it's just so ridiculous. then when people react on you or show your worst moments, then you get all upset. But you're still, but so when you get called out on exploitation of the children, right, people should just sit back and just watch and not say nothing. I seen cases, well, one case now is now going on now due to what's been shown on YouTube. And one of the reactors made sure they got the case together and they took it to whoever, the videos, that is, the person, he's in prison still now. He's waiting for his trial because they took the videos, the Zoom videos, everything to whoever. And I believe if these reactors, if triggered the wrong way, they can actually do the same thing. I think they can actually put a case on. I think it all depends on what state you're in. You can go up to the doctorate degree in one major, then start another degree if you want. I'm about to go back for another bachelor since my job will pay for it. See? And that's what I'm saying. She can do better. She can do better. You showed yourself in the worst way already. Why can't you show that you are building yourself? Or you're doing something, but you rather exploit your children, make a coin. In fact, I was thinking the other day, even over here, right, we kind of exploit the children, but the children actually benefit. Some children actually benefits from the money that is given to the parents, because the parents will spend over £100 on clothes for the children over here, or more if you have it. You'll buy shoes, you'll buy this, you'll buy that. It goes up. So I don't see why she can't make sure they're good. If the grandma don't buy clothes for them, they will look raggedy. You can buy clothes for your children. You don't have to give them fancy hairstyles. You can do the hair nice. They are good. There are some good products nowadays. You can do the hair, and it can be taken care of. So, but like I said, I'm dealing with the exploitation of the children. So, like I said, I use an example of a mother who exploited her children, and now she's in jail. Now, the same thing can possibly happen to Jasmine. Jasmine hasn't thought of everything. She thinks that her ex-partner is going to cover her ass all the time. The children are going to stay small for ages. They're not going to stay small for ages. They're going to grow up. Young Dowry, whatever, Legendary is going to grow up. He's not going to stay a small baby forever, because it goes really quick. As soon as they lick about 10, 11 or something, they grow up fast. And it doesn't take long before you see their true personalities, because like I said, they can rebuckle on the mother. I've had it here numbers of times. They can rebuckle on you. They can buck on you. How's she going to deal with all that? Or are you going to put that on YouTube as well? When they turn teenagers and they start rebuckling on you or letting off on you, are you going to show that on YouTube as well? Because you exploited them this far. Caitlyn hasn't started to let off on you yet. Caitlyn, just a matter of time before Caitlyn starts speaking up and saying stuff. They're already saying stuff already on camera, on lives, as you are on live, because you exploited them so much. They have no filter. So I just thought I'd do this live. I know it's gone past 1 hour on child exploitation on YouTube. There has been too many people agreeing on this foolishness. People living up to stereotypes. You don't have to live up to the stereotype because you are black. No, you don't have to live up to the stereotype. No, you don't. You can do so much better. Because there's mainly black women, some black women, shall I say, live up to certain stereotypes. And I'm not making it a black and white thing. This is real. This is what happened. This is really happening. That I'm not saying don't do your makeup, don't look nice, but dress your children. If you're getting money from YouTube and you're making money from YouTube, the children should be looking nice. Otherwise, you're just exploiting them. Then certain bodies have to be brought in. I wouldn't even want the CPS to be on my doorstep. Not at all. For what I've seen they can do, because I know what they're capable of doing. I've seen it with Amon Ra and his parents. The CPS can do a lot. They can hurt a family, even a new ageist black family gets it real bad because of how they eat, how they do alternative living, how they do certain stuff. People think alternative living is simple as well. That's another conversation altogether. CPS jumps on all that. So you have to look at what's going on with the children. It's not about the clicks and the views. Well, I'm not saying, I mean, obviously, right, you get clicks and views when we say major stuff, because we do trauma bond on YouTube a lot anyway. But when children are exploited, high trips, when children are exploited on a daily basis, that's when it comes an issue, because the images circulates very fast. The image circulates very fast. It can go to a WhatsApp. It circulates that quick. When they think they've taken a video, somebody's already clipped that a long time ago. You don't know where the videos are gonna go. Not only that, right? One time, right, she was bathing the baby. Now this is how ridiculous things get. She wants that money so bad. She was bathing the baby. Diary was in a baby bath. Oh, I think she changed him. Instead, she turned him the other. Well, actually, in other words, she didn't have to show that she's changing the baby. There's all sorts online, even on Instagram. Even when you put up children on Instagram, people be saving the images of the children. One time, it gets so bad on Instagram, sometimes even I myself always have to unfollow a few things or hide a few things because it gets really stupid. Children cannot talk for themselves. On the darkest side of Ocean Yomi, I was talking about abuse and stuff like that. This is how it begins. The image of a child goes out, it circulates everywhere. People who were not afraid to hear how they feel about the child will come out and they will put their comment underneath that child image without a thought. Yeah, but there's some people who live up to stereotypes, Phil. Okay? There's some people who do live up to the stereotypes. Okay? So these people that, right, as we know, there is loads going on around children now. Even today, I think I got a video about a woman where the book was inappropriate for the library. She had to take it back to the library. When she started showing what there was very sexual in parts. So children are the target right now. So there's you come along and you're changing your child in front of the camera. You don't know who's looking at your child. You know, there's a video circulating of her beating Caitlin, I think it is, on the floor. You don't know who's watching that. People get off on all sorts of foolishness. You don't know. There's some weirdos out there who get off on that shit, looking at your child. There's such a thing called the dark web. Now, Jasmine, whether she knows this or acknowledges this, is another problem. Telling her what she's doing is wrong. She will never get it. So if it comes to a place where like somebody sees certain stuff, I know people call CPS, there's a case of that can be happening too, but the images can go anywhere. Even when you put your child on Instagram, like how she's put her children on Instagram, even that's dangerous, putting them there. Fair enough, right? Fair enough, right? When they're small, where they're unrecognizable, that's different. But when you're showing them, you don't know who, once again, is watching or taking or saving the pictures. You have to feel realistically. Even when you put stuff on Facebook, you have to think like, oh my gosh, that's why I stopped putting things on Facebook now. I think I just reshare. That's what I do right now. I reshare everything now. I don't even put up myself. The most I do is say what I have to say in captions and leave it at that. Because you don't know who's looking at your Facebook. You don't know who's looking at your Instagram. You put it on private, but you still don't know who's looking at your Instagram, who's looking at your Facebook. There's a danger that there is some man behind the screen downloading the picture. There's ways to download pictures. There's ways to download video. You are just setting up your child. Hello? Okay. Alright. So TikTok. Yeah, there's TikTok as well. My daughter told me about the TikTok thing too. So, but anyway, I'm not going to go on into the 2-hour mark. I'm going to leave it at that because I think I've got a bit to chop off. It takes a while for it to do what it's got to do. But yes, thank you everybody for coming to the live. Hopefully, when it's daytime, I'll be able to express myself a little more because it's nighttime now. I just thought I'd do it now because I was on earlier and I was having a little rant, and I don't like to have ranting videos. I like to have real topics. So thank you peoples for coming through. Yeah, TikTok is a doorway. Yes, and they can find out your resident. Yes. Hi trips. And okay, let me go through, see who's here again. I'm gonna come off now because it's getting late. It's like turning into 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock now. Okay, so let me just highlight who's here again. Chrissy, or Chris, I call her Chrissy. So Alma, 3%. Phil, back with tea time. DFS and CPS get 1 million through the process of just opening a case. They should be 8 to 10 open cases in my country. There's 250 right now. They have my friends. Oh, okay. My shabby life. Look at my shabby life and my jazzy life. Do the reactors. It's better to go through the reactors. Who else is there? Ruby Red. Oh. Miss Wise. I think my eyesight's going. What's that, Miss Wise? If you take out, I read that one, didn't I? Okay, trips. Yes, so basically, I'm going to leave it right there because it's better to do it in the daytime. That's what I like to do, builds in the daytime, and just leave it there for the comments because I can't express myself when it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, midnight. So this is I'm just gonna leave it right here. if I see anything else on child exploitation, I'm going to put it up. And I'm also going to, I think I put her links in. If you go on the community tab, you'll see videos, I think, and you can go through the reactors and then you can take it from there. I think I put up some of her stuff and people left comments underneath it. I don't know about doing reactions on her so much. I don't like doing reactions on her too much because she's very much, she doesn't like criticism, you see. She's like that mother and daughter in Uganda. She don't like criticism. But the ones who do reactions on her, I only do reactions if I really need to do reactions on them, on her. And that's not often. So, because there's other things to talk about than her. She thinks that everybody talks about her, that she's the only person people talk about when there's other stuff going on out there. Raheem Carter got killed, like Emmett Till situation, and there's another one, Jaheim. So she's not the only thing in the world, in America, okay, that's going on. There's a lot going on, okay. So sometimes I'm going to try and drop little small videos. If I can't do that, because I did one on Trudy the other day, one on Miss Trudy. I'm supposed to do one on Trudy and Watermeyer. So please put on notifications. I do have PayPal as well, but my mods will put that out at a later date. Like I said, I'm trying not to ask for money, but you know how it goes. And then I'll take it from there. Now, as for panels, I don't know about panels so much because panels can run on really long and really late sometimes. It's nice when I see when people type in their opinions, because I think we all have opinions on certain stuff. We are not robots, even though there are bots watching us. So with that said, pardon me, I will leave you and have a great day. I'm sorry I had a rant earlier. It's just crazy. I just had to take down the live. It was supposed to turn into something good, but then it went into somewhere else. But with that said, thank you for passing through. I appreciate everybody. Share the video. I'm going to trim in between where it's buffering a bit, but I'm going to do it because the Wi-Fi is a bit shaky over here because of the 5G foolishness. And with that said, have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your Sunday. Don't let nobody get you down. If you feel that things are going on with another person, you take a look. Obviously, you have to be nosy at one point. Don't let the person suffer or the children suffer in vain, because too many children get killed on a daily basis due to neglect, starvation. Every day you'll see this turn up on timelines, etc. I can't waste my time watching her. We'll fight. Oh my gosh, don't talk about that, Chrissy. You know, innit? Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Yes. Everyone take care. Everyone take care. Thank you for passing through. Yes. Even Trips for passing through, because she just finished her live not too long ago. And you have a great day on Sunday, and I'll see you. Take care. Bye.